Welcome back to Poor Boys RC, everybody. The Rlaarlo XTS F10 is making a big splash this week, guys. No doubt about that. I've already had a bunch of you guys reach out to me and say, hey, Phil, a couple questions. Number one, batteries. What can we squeeze in there? Number two, body shells. What kind of body can we fit on there? Say if we pick up the roller and we want to go full on custom, make our own kind of thing. Any advice for us, Phil? Well, tune in and find out.
Excellent!
So you guys can see this battery compartment has this sort of little plastic ledge right here. And that's what allows the kit supplied LiPo to drop right into. We've got about, let's say about 105, 107 millimeters, which obviously allows the kit supplied LiPo to drop right in. And this 3S Turnigy pack can also squeeze in, but I have to give it a little bit of motivation, but it'll get in there. And that's pretty much maxing out the factory battery position. 107 mils in length, about 25 mils thick, and about 25 mils high. That's gonna be your max. If you were to take a standard 2S LiPo, just like this one, a hard case, as you guys can see, there's just no room for it. Even this 3S soft shell, same idea, guys. It just doesn't have the length. This came in another RTR kit that I picked up a while ago. And of course, this guy will drop right in. It doesn't fit inside the plastic little holder there, but this Velcro strap is big enough we can make this work. A battery of this size would be totally fine as well. Kind of an unusual battery though. From a man Craig, he's asking about these, that standard kind of 6-cell nickel metal hydride or NiCad. And again, guys, it'll fit in width-wise, but the chassis doesn't have the length to get it in there. But don't you guys worry, I think there's a solution. So looking at the layout of the chassis, we've got our ESC here. We've got this large area here where we could possibly say move the ESC, put it there. We have two receiver boxes, which we don't really need. The receiver is sitting in this one. So this one in theory could just be removed. Now that opens up the chassis for some different design options. Silky smooth. So let's say a guy were to take this speed controller and move it up here. Then what kind of room do we have? You have got a lot of room if you move that speed controller. Like we're maxing this thing out. That's 150 mils. Guys, you can fit any type of a battery in here. These 2S hard cases are gonna fit in there. Absolutely no problem. Craig, your nickel metal hydride packs, they are gonna drop right in here. The chassis does have the width. Now it's not gonna sit on that same little ridge where the smaller pack would sit. You're gonna sit on top of that. So you might have to get creative with your Velcro straps, but you guys are creative guys. You can figure something out. At the end of the day, you've got the width, you've got the length. You can drop in a full-size battery if that is what you want to do. Now, my 2 cents on the matter. I've run about 10 packs through this thing so far. Majority this one, sometimes this one. Both are 3S, both are 2200 milliamp. It's hard to not drive this car aggressively. It just kind of begs to be driven, like just bagged on. It just, you guys that are driving it, you guys know what I'm talking about. It just wants to go. Bagging on it constantly, I'm getting 15 to 20 minutes runtime out of a 2200 milliamp pack. I'm very happy with that. I can go with 2 packs, I can get almost an hour of runtime, and I don't have to change around the factory settings. Not that it really matters, just moving electronics around. But the one thing that concerns me about running a larger pack is the extra weight. This sucker weighs 2.2 kgs. It's got a lot of heft to it, guys. A lot of metal parts, carbon fiber, aluminum shocks, giant shocks. You know what I mean? Like this is a really chunky chassis. It's got a lot of weight to it. Personally, I don't see the benefit in putting in a larger battery pack that's just gonna add more weight, but that's just me. Everybody is different. Listen, guys, I bet some of you crazy guys, RC Mitchie, I'm looking at you, are gonna take 2 of these and run it in 4S or something. You could drop them in theory and get the thing going 100 miles an hour. I know someone's gonna do it. Probably some speed run people out there. I don't know if you guys know anybody, but hey, they're out there. Anyway, guys, you do have a lot of options is what I'm getting at, okay? But at the end of the day, this car goes so quick as is. Even on the low speed pinion gear, this thing is still plenty fast. I think I had it at 61 kilometers per hour, which is about 38 miles per hour. That's plenty fast. You can put the high speed pinion on, get it closer to 50 miles per hour. Personally, I couldn't imagine wanting to put a 4S in it. It's just gonna be way too much. You're not gonna be able to drive it. And the second you hit something, it's gonna go kaboom. You guys got me stress eating Pezzas now. Okay, so I hope that answers all the battery fitment questions for you guys. If you have any more, throw them down in the comment section below, shoot me an email. You know the drill, I'll get back to you. And while you're shopping for batteries and your very own Rlaarlo FTX F10, I do have affiliate links and coupon codes down in the description box below, guys. If you use those links, that's gonna help save you some money if you use the coupons. The affiliate link will help fund the channel, and everyone will be happy, and all will be right in the RC world again. Thanks, guys. Okay, Next, we got to talk about body fitment. This sucker comes on a 257 millimeter wheelbase, which is a standard wheelbase, which you would think would mean it could allow a lot of different body options. There's a bit of a catch. The sucker is really, really wide. So you can see the differences in these bodies right away. Starting with the Rlaarlo, you can see it's pretty wide and quite long. The Kyosho is very similar. Really long, quite wide, but not quite as wide. And then over here to the Tamiya, look how short it is and how narrow it is. Trusty measuring tape. Rlaarlo, we are roughly, about 16.5 inches long and about 9 inches wide. Sorry, about 8 inches wide. Kyosho, 17.5 long. So the Kyosho is a little bit longer, and width-wise, about 6.5 inches. And then the Tamiya, the shortest of the bunch, she's about 14.5 long and about 6 wide. Second longest, widest, heaviest, second heaviest, longest, second widest, lightest, least lengthy, and least wide. And on top of that, these wheels are already as offset as you can get a wheel to be, meaning the hub is moved all the way out. I mean, you might be able to buy a couple more millimeters, but not a whole lot. The reason I say that is because a lot of the bodies are going to be narrower. So essentially you're going to want to take in your track width a little bit. You can't really do much with these wheels. You could probably buy a few millimeters though, that's about it. But if you could buy 2 mils on this side, 2 mils on this side, at least that would tuck it in a little bit and make another body fit. First body we're going to test today, guys. This is the Kyosho Phaser MK2. Gosh, I love this thing. This is an awesome little rally car. Now this comes on a 260 millimeter wheelbase. This is a 257. Pray to the wheelbase gods. And look at that, guys. Our wheelbase gods responded in a positive way. Wheelbase-wise, this body is going to fit. Right away, the big challenge that I see is this huge shock tower up front, which is limiting how far down you can get this body to rest. I'm sure you guys out there watching are clever enough. If you really want to make this work, you can find a way to do it. Let's check out that track width, see how it looks. That fits pretty darn good if you ask me, guys. That's the front. What's the back have to say? Pretty darn good, guys. Again, if you could get a couple more millimeters, if you could somehow just suck these in just a little bit, you'd be even better. Maybe even take the 12 mil hexes that are behind here and get a narrower one. That would help tuck it in a little bit too. So there are some options. Next on the list is my precious body's half hanging off. This is the Tamiya TT02 with the Lancia Delta Integrale body. This is the body that, man, like I want to get the 1/1 scale car of this, but God, they're expensive. But this thing is just absolutely gorgeous, guys. This is one of my favorite bodies, if not my favorite body. That front end just says, let's go. 257 mil wheelbase. Again, so this should fit perfectly. There you go. It looks perfect. Well, the wheelbase is awesome. You'd have to trim the wheel arches out a little bit to make room for these larger wheels and tires. But wheelbase wise, we are cooking. And keep in mind, guys, I do have an interior inside this body as well, so that's creating some space limitations. But man, does it look cool. Okay, so wheelbase wise, we're good. How about track width? I think this is where we're gonna get a little bit hosed. Yeah, you can see those wheels really kind of poking out there and there. Again, if you could just tuck these in a little, gosh, that would look great. What about the back? What about the booty? The Lancia booty? Same idea, guys. Not too bad though. Getting into this kind of customization is not my forte in the hobby, but I know a bunch of you guys watching right now are thinking to yourselves, damn, I know how I'm gonna do that. I got an idea for you, Phil. For all of you guys out there that have that idea, that know what you're gonna do, let me know in the comments below because I am kind of curious. If there's any other information you guys are looking to find out about the Rlaarlo XTS F10, just let me know. I'll do my best to answer you guys. If there's enough interest in a certain subject, maybe we'll make a whole other video on it. My first impressions of this rally car, guys, like it is so freaking awesome. I don't remember the last time I had a car make such an impression. Even my buddy that was flying the drone through all the running videos, he just couldn't believe it. When he got his hand behind the wheel, like it just feels so good. Just the way it throws the weight around, it just makes it look really realistic, very authentic. The way it jumps, it's got the big suspension travel, super plush suspension too. So guys, that's it for me for today. Thanks so much for watching Poor Boys RC. As always, be excellent to each other.